Actually, Kevin Godwin and Dalton Wilson. Sorry about that. Left Kevin Godwin off my list here. Kevin Godwin, car number G2, is taking the green flag. He's coming in through turns 3 and 4 now. In that Cedar Creek Performance Automotive car number G2 out of Blythewood, South Carolina, the Lightning late model champion of Lancaster Motor Speedway. Dalton Wilson, Fayetteville, North Carolina, car number 18, the Wells Motorsports machine, as he comes down front straightaway, taking lap number 1. Checkered flag getting ready to fall down. Dalton Wilson, 18.435, 18.435. Kevin Godwin with a 20.007. Wilson coming to the start-finish line now. He's going to stand pat on lap number 1. Lap number 2 was not faster than lap number 1. Kevin Godwin, 20.007. A second and a half gap from your fast time of Dalton Wilson, 18.435. So Matthew Nance, car number 6, a brand new race team for that driver out of Rondo, North Carolina this season. He takes green flag. He's followed by Jordy Nipper in car number 1 in the M&S Concrete VP Racing Fuel entry car number 1 out of Georgia. Matthew Nance clocking in at an 18.885. Jordy Nipper, 18.890. Both drivers staying on lap number 1, fast time of the 2, along with Dalton Wilson. Kevin Godwin's second lap was the lap of record, 20.007. Dalton Wilson fastest so far with a 4.5 tenths of a second ahead of Matthew Nance in second. Jordy Nipper third, and Kevin Godwin is fourth. Dennis Franklin, car number 2 out of Gaffney, South Carolina. He'll be joined by Gray Parton, car number 18, the Parton Lumber Company. Parton Lumber Company machine and Parton Forest Products. Rutherford, North Carolina, of course, Furman Parton, longtime competitor and sponsor of Ricky Weeks Racing. Parton Lumber Company, car number 18. Gray Parton going to run full-time with us this season. It's Dennis Franklin looking for his 7th. Oh, and the car washes up the racetrack, walks it up the hill off of turn number 3, woed it up in time, no contact, but a big hindrance to the lap time, 19.408, 19.408. Waiting on Gray Parton's lap time to come in. White flag goes down for the 18 car, 7.62, 18, and a 7.62. Dennis Franklin with a lot of handling issues on car number 2. He'll have to go to the wrenches to do some dialing in on that number 2 car. Dennis Franklin, 5th overall, 18.892, 18.982, 18.982. Gray Parton picking up the pace, 4.88 on lap number 2, 18.488 on the 18P car of Gray Parton. So it is still Dalton Wilson by 6/100ths of a second over Gray Parton. Matthew Nance is third. Jordy Nipper, Dennis Franklin, Kevin Godwin, and out comes Jeff Smith, a 2-time Lancaster Speedway winner, 2 times of the past 28 entries that we've had here at the Red Rose Rumble for the 6th annual event. The 29th ever Carolina Clash race here at Lancaster Motor Speedway. Getting ready to take the green flag is Jeff Smith, a 2-time winner and 2009 series champion. With financial support being given by Phyllis and Ike, longtime supporters of Ricky Weeks Racing. Jeff Smith in car number 70, the veteran, dating back some near 40 years of racing for that driver, car number 70. 18,669, 18,669 for third place overall, Jeff Smith. Adam Yarborough coming down the front straightaway. He will score fourth. 18,717, 18,717. Jeff Smith walks it out of turn number 4. He'll go up to the top. 18,402, 18,402. And Jeff Smith takes the fast time so far. Adam Yarborough to the top of the board, 18 and a 401. So a 402 and then a 401. Identical laps with 1/1000th of a second separating first from second, moving Dalton Wilson into third, Gray Parton into fourth. Adam Yarborough, lightning fast time of 18,401. Darkness beginning to descend upon the beautiful sunset of the cotton candy over the back straightaway of Lancaster, and the cool temperatures means the speeds are going to pick up. Ron Gehring, the second, car number 2, comes out on the racetrack next. He'll be joined by the Knights Lawn Care, car number T1, Timbo Mangum out of Lancaster, South Carolina. And Ron Gehring, both these drivers raced here locally in vintage and in crate late model racing over the past 10 seasons. Mangum's car has dropped off the pace back straightaway. The car slowly coming down the exit of pit road, where he apparently will be taking a left-hand turn. So trouble under the hood of car number T1. That's going to leave Ron Gehring out front out in the field by himself. So he'll have a clean racetrack ahead of him. The white flag. And the first lap for Ron Gehring, the second, is a 19.567. 19.567. A couple of weeks ago, we welcomed in the 2023 season here at Lancaster with the annual car show and open practice session, for which a couple of our competitors came over and dialed in some of the race cars. And I think maybe Timbo had some problems at practice with that car number T1 under the hood. So they'll go to try to diagnose what is wrong with T1 car Mangum as he goes back to the hauler. Here comes Mark Green, the Todd Chastain Heating and Air Conditioning HVAC Service and Repair, car number 42, with Dylan Davis. Dylan Davis, car number 01, making his first ever Carolina Clash start. You can catch Mark Green weekly here at Lancaster Speedway in the limited late model division, driving that white and yellow numeral, car number 42. Dylan Davis takes green flag. Here comes Mark Green, working the top center of the racetrack as it turn number 4. 20.151, 20.151. And then Dylan Davis, car number 01, clocking in with a 20.057. 20.057 on the Davis car. Mark Green coming across start-finish line. He will stand pat in 11th with a 20.151. Dylan Davis looking to improve on his 10th place lap time, and will jump above Kevin Godwin into the 19-second bracket. 19.550, 19.550 for Dylan Davis. 28 former races at Lancaster Speedway have been won by a number of competitors, namely 13 of which different drivers have visited the Punkies on Main, Burns Ford Victory Lane here at Lancaster Speedway since the inaugural Clash event took place back in 2005. That first race was won by none other than Mr. Petey Ivy out of Union, South Carolina, before David Smith came the next year and won the second ever Carolina Clash feature here. David Smith out of Inman, South Carolina, back when they were racing supers full-time with Petey. Now Trent Ivy driving the 88 car. David Inman doing a lot of crate racing these days. And here's David Yandel, car number 03. He takes the green flag. Johnny Pursley. Johnny Pursley's got a win here at Lancaster. That came in 2011. Driving the Farmer Service Center, car number 09, driver from Clover, South Carolina. David Yandel, 19.526. That's 10th fastest, 10th overall. Johnny Pursley to the start line. And he is 5th, 18.541. 18.541. And David Yandel will stay in 10th with his second lap, 19.513. Looking at this Hall of Fame winners list of active drivers, Dennis Franklin, Zach Mitchell. Zach Mitchell has 3. Ross Bales has 2. Ben Watkins has 3, most recently last year. Jeff Smith with 2. Michael Brown, Randall Chupp. That was in 2012. David Smith, Tim Allen, the tool man, 2009. Petey Ivy won the inaugural Clash race here. Chris Ferguson's got a win. Jonathan Davenport and Brandon Overton. Here's Brett Ham. The Falcon Boats, car number 18 for Wilson's Tractor Service, Newberry, South Carolina. Landon Zakalowski, car number 57, driver of Union, South Carolina. Brett Ham has always qualified very fast. He had a runner-up finish here last season. And he's got a little bit of work to do, but not much. 18.493, he's almost there. Tucks it up against the concrete off of turn number 2. Zakalowski comes across for lap number 1. Brett Ham off of turn 4, eyeballing the top spot. He's got a heck of a lap going. Will he be able to go to the top? No, he stays home in 5th. Was not able to motor past the top 4. He stays in 5th, 18.493. That lap looked like it was going to be faster, but it was not. Indeed, 18.493, the lap of record for Brett Ham. That is a 5th starting spot. Zakalowski with a 20.132, one ahead of Mark Green in 15th. Next car on the lineup will be Ethan Wilson. That is Norman Nichols, car number 5. Norman Nichols Plumbing out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Norman Nichols has sponsored and helped with numerous race teams over the years, including Dennis Franklin, former driver of the Nichols car, with Ethan Wilson now behind the wheel of that 5 machine with he and his brother Dalton here tonight. So the Wilson brothers have been doing some regional and national level racing. Has been Dalton at least. Ethan sticking more around the regional area with that Nichols Plumbing car. Here they come to start finish to take lap number 1. Stoneville, North Carolina's car number 618 of Kevin Wilson will take the green flag next. Ethan Wilson, a top 10 so far, 18.921, 18.921. As he motors past start finish, does Kevin Wilson, 21.108. Ethan Wilson trying to climb a little bit further up the board and stays home in 10th at 18.921, 18.921. Lap number 2 was a 19.110 for Ethan. So recapping your top 10, Adam Yarborough, fastest so far. Jeff Smith is second. Dalton Wilson in third. Gray Parton, Brett Ham rounding out the top 5. So the 18s, there are 3 of them. 18, third, fourth, and fifth. Johnny Pursley is 6th. Matthew Nance is 7th. Jordy Nipper in 8th. Ron Gehring is 9th. And Ethan Wilson is in 10th. And now the driver that wants to claim the overall fast time of the history of Lancaster Motor Speedway, and he is going to walk it up the racetrack. Now he'll know what not to do going into turn 3 next time by on this official lap number 1. Will that hinder him? I guarantee you he's going to have to go to lap 2 to try to toy with that fast time of Adam Yarborough's. But if he's going to want to break the track record, he's going to have to get clean and smooth off of turn 4 this time by for the white flag, and one more chance for Ben Watkins. And even with that bobble, he has an 18.486. If he stays clean, this could do it. This could definitely be a track record lap. If he stays clean through 3, and he does, he's hit his marks up the top of 3, into 4, coming down to the start-finish line. He is going to the top, and a new track record! 18.140! 18.140. Give me a Sharpie, I'll write it on the back door. Mike Huey up next, Chester, South Carolina driver, Capital Concrete, first choice pest control, car number 4 for W Construction. He'll be joined by Pearson Lee Williams, car number 121, the Georgia-based driver, coming up with Jordy Nipper out of the Peach State to kick off the 2023 season. Huey down the back straightaway, into turn number 3, good smooth lap at the top of the center, banking turn number 4. White flag goes to Huey. 19.562, 19.562 on lap number 1. Pearson Williams, 19.780, 19.780. That's 15th and 16th. Huey to 13th, 19.398, 19.398. Just one mark behind Dennis Franklin in 12th. And Pearson Williams will stay 16th, 19.780, and a 19.796. So for the first time since 2017, a new track record for super late models has been declared, and that one might stand for a long time to come. 18.140. Steve Banal on track in the 8 car. Double nickel race cars out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. Benji Hicks, car number 55. Oh, and he's going to miss the mark in turn 3, but he kept it. Kept it straight and forward off of turn 4, coming to start finish to take the green. Steve Banal. Going to be seeing a lot of him with Carolina Clash Racing this year in car number T8. Check that 8B. T8 was the old number. Here comes Benji down the front straightaway. 13th overall for Benji Hicks, 19.390. And Steve Banal having problems off of turn number 3. So that lap number 1 will be a scratch lap. Benji trying to break into the top 10. He'll stay put in 13th. 19.122, 19.122 on car number 55. And Steve Banal, 21.668, so he's got some work to do to manufacture some more power under the hood of that 8B car. Timbo Mangum is coming out of the racetrack. He and Nick Yandel are scheduled to go 24th and 25th. Of course, Mangum has diagnosed whatever was the problem a moment ago on car number T1 as he sets it up off the top of 3, entering turn 4 down the hill and turns 4 to the white flag. He'll come. So this one lap attempt, because the official first lap attempt was scratched when he went off the pace, this will put him in the feature in spot number 16, 19.525. 19.525. Nick Yandel, the last car to take time, 22.643. So here we go from back to front. Nick Yandel will start 25th. Steve Banal will start 24th. Brandon O'Neill will start 23rd. Kevin Wilson and Mark Green will roll off in row number 11. Row number 10, it'll be Kevin Godwin and Landon Zakalowski. Row number 9, it'll be Dylan Davis and Pearson Williams. Row number 8, it'll be David Yandel and Timbo Mangum. Row 7, Benji Hicks and Mike Huey. Row number 6, it'll be Ethan Wilson and Dennis Franklin. Row number 5, it'll be Jordy Nipper and Ron Gehring II. Row 4, it'll be Johnny Pursley and Matthew Nance. All of these drivers in the top 12 qualified in the 18 seconds category. Johnny Pursley, Matthew Nance from row 4. Row 3, it'll be the 18s of Gray Parton and Brett Ham. In row number 2, it'll be Jeff Smith and Dalton Wilson And from the front row, it'll be Adam Yarborough, second fastest, and your Judy Yarborough Realty of Lake Norman, fastest qualifier of the night. And new Lancaster Motor Speedway track record holder with an 18.140, car number 16, Ben Watkins.